What's up, everybody? This is TC, aka Spitfire. I am Paul Oakenfold's main engineer, songwriter, assistant producer. We do tons of remixes around here. We just did Madonna, we did Michael Jackson. Now we're working on a lot of movie projects. We just did G-Force, we did Nobel Sun, a couple cues for Home for the Holidays. Anyway, I use SONAR X1, and this is how I use it. When I pull up X1, it basically has the browser over here. Here's the dock, here's the main track view, and here's the inspector strip. But what I do is, I take the browser, and I drag it down to the multi-dock, collapse the multi-dock, and put it on my second screen. So now, I got my inspector strip, track view, over here's the console, and the browser. And on the media browser, here's all my loops. Here's all the plugins, and then here's the whole synth rack. So it's very easy just to take things like loops and just drag it over there. This new effects chain feature in X1 is huge for me because a lot of the times people want specific sounds, and it takes days for me to come up with this effects chain to manipulate the sound the way that they want it. Sometimes it requires 6, 7, sometimes 8 different plugins, all sequenced in an order. And I'll show you how to do it. You can just pull up, I'll put in a compressor, then I'll put in a delay that I have preset to dark and long, and then I will add kind of a modulator to make it sound really crazy and trippy on top with a phaser. So instead of having to go through that 30-second process, I can just right-click, save effects chain preset, call it TC Delay 1, save. So now it's over here on my plugins. So if I want to pull that up, I'm going to delete these. I can just go over to my browser, click on effects chain, TC Delay 1, drag it over to the effects bin, bam, there it is. One of my favorite new parts about X1 that I use a lot is the Smart tool. And basically, instead of keeping or staying on select, usually I always stay on the select tool. Now with the Smart tool, it changes depending on where I am on the clip. So if I want to move it, if I go to the lower part of the clip, I highlight it and I can move it. But if I'm on the upper part of the clip, it doesn't move. It's more for editing, where I can cut out different parts. And also, when you fade in, now you can actually see the velocity of the track. Another huge improvement in SONAR and X1 is the new screen set feature. The way it works is the key bindings correlate with the number keys on top of the keyboard. And if I press 1, this is my first screen set. If I move it here and press 2 and go back to 1, it comes back the exact way I left it. So you don't have to save it, it just remembers it. So now I'll move it up here. So now I'll go to screen set 2. Here's where I have my browser synth rack, okay? 3, got my console set up. So now instead of having to do anything, I have my screen sets remember exactly the way I want everything. In X1, every track now has the Pro channel. You're able to switch from like an 1176 sound to more of an SSL big console sound. I'm going to import a bass. Now I'm going to go to the preset. I'm going to go to bass, deep, and fat saturation. There it is, already locked in at -8 dB. If I want, I can really squash it because of the nuke setting here on the ratio. It also has a preset EQ that comes with it that cuts out a lot of the low-end rumble. Having that on every track is huge because we have to have finished, mixed, and mastered tracks ready to go at all times.